Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Ploesti Outskirts and north of this F3rig, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. Comrade Stalin here with a rare surprise to this advanced warfare with T-35's radio intercept, conscript assault tactics, repair kits, and the Sturmweg attacks here, basically a loiter. In the south, it is killing spree, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 3rd Panzer Division here with spearhead, mobile defense, and mechanized versus F3rig's 17th Guards Tank Corps. We got Grenadier Infantry 2 versus double conscripts. We'll have to see what Killing Spree goes for there. Mobile defense has been seeing a bit of rise in popularity like the certain players, though mechanized and spearhead remains overall more popular. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them, the support the Propagandacast would not be possible. So for those who wish to consider supporting the Propagandacast, you have a big thanks here. Of course, you can do so with the link in the video description, either Patreon or PayPal, or if you're in the market for pre-ordering companies, you can just link in the comments. Use the CoH2 for GSS version there, and I get a small part of the sale. And I'll also comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, help the YouTube algorithm get the video out to more people. So, going to the MU42 triple conscript there for F3rig. Like, this does indicate he's going to go for a conscript heavy build, so who knows? We might like to see the PPS 841 upgrade there. Grenadiers there, squad number 2 on the way there, Pioneers, they're pursuing the Engineers, but we can see they're very quickly dance out of the way of that one. Northern Ponties from the machine gun there, far south you got Constantine in with some sandbags rapidly. 2nd Grenadier squad almost done. 3rd conscript ready there for F3rig and the Red Army. Of course, the commander does also have some other advantage, like radio intercept is a very powerful ability, if you remember to actually listen. And of course, the T-35 is just a really, really good premium medium tank, if you want to call that. So, I'll wait more skirmishing around here. Otherwise, been a very quiet match so far. Neither side really looking up to engage rapidly. Continuing up to assist now the Engineers against the Pioneers. They've had enough of their comrades being shot at by fascists. Grenadiers are ground the pumping on the centre, but I see another clash between F3rig and Killing Spree here. Conscript arriving there. 4th conscript there for F3rig. So, how many, if any, will be upgrading the submachine guns? Because while there's some commands that do have this one, most places tend to ignore them, which I find is a bit of a shame, as I do think it's actually like quite a good upgrade. Particularly on a more close quarters map like this, I think there's some extra value to it. I think part of it is just the simple fact that just the mobilizer service upgrades is just, you know, really, really incredibly good, and also considerably just easy to use in a sense. Whereas with assault troops, you do have to get them close. That might quite a bit more effort. Whereas for the mobilizer service, you just get a 7th guy, and you can just blast from heavy cover at distance. That's obviously really good too. But anyways, continuing in here for F3rig and the Red Army. Got Pioneers closing in. Only seeing some losses here up north. So far, though, F3rig and the Red Army has managed to take most of the map away here, right in front of Killing Spree's nose. Pioneers closing the conscripts here. Grenadiers taking further losses down to 2 men. But there you go. If the conscripts continue to focus on the Grenadiers, the Pioneers could come in and pretty much beat the conscripts. But there you go, more troops around. But there you go, machine here from Killing Spree puts out those conscripts. The other squad forced retreat here. And now the Pioneers could then move to deal with the Engineers, and then could possibly finish off the conscripts, because it does take a bit of a while for them to get unsuppressed. So, theoretically, the Pioneers could then keep them suppressed if they can push away the units fast enough. In this case, they don't, in which case they can't. A bit more push here around here, conscript around here, the flank here. Machine turning around to deal with that. Pioneers close being wiped out here. Turning a bit spicy here for Killing Spree, by which we mean bad, as he does lose the Pioneer squad here to the Red Army. Conscript troops, they're suppressed here. In the south, we've got a small push here by Killing Spree and the German army. Is it taking up now? Is he not? I don't quite know. No, he is not. He might go for more infantry now here. Maybe replacing Pioneer squad or machine gun. We'll have to see what he does here, but something definitely has to be done here. F3rig and the Red Armor is just pouring through the cracks here, the gaps in the lines. It's going to come down to Killing Spree here to somehow put us into this. We've got sandbags also being hastily thrown down here, and again soon close in on the conscript assault tactics, and that way, again, the PPS would have an upgrade, in which case we'd actually technically upgrade 2 squads right away, which, with the way things are looking for Killing Spree, could then turn very sour for him very fast. Going to use the conscripts here, pushing back as he looks to at least keep the cup on there out of Soviet hands for now. Suddenly cup on the hit there, but they're going to squad there. We got another machine here for Killing Spree, realizing he needs more elements to keep the Soviet attackers' heads down. I mean, another machine gun is definitely also a good addition here. And it's not uncommon for Wehrmacht players to typically some point to maybe consider another machine gun, though typically not this early. In the south, you can use the lone health attacked by conscripts without heavy cover and some more firepower, though the conscripts should be able to beat them here. And there you go. I think Killing Spree realizes this, just pulls them out of there. No tech yet for Killing Spree. As for F3rig, we could now see some submachines being handed out to the conscripts. The PPSH-41, which was basically a submachine gun made to make a cheaper and easier version of the PPD-40 to manufacture. Fun fact. So far, though, no sun upgrades. We do have the medic upgrades here for F3rig. We also got some flamethrowers up there in the engineers. More engineers on the way there for F3rig and the Red Army. Bunker up there. They would eventually replace it sort of with the PPS-43 submachine gun, but the reality was, you know, it was easy to just keep producing the PPS-41 alongside the PPS-43. So while the PPS-43 was overall easy to manufacture and probably also easy to handle, most SO troops were still equipped with the PPS-41. Fun fact there. Support company out for F3rig. More troops heading out there, and we do get one upgrade on the way here for his men. With the iconic drum magazine. Notice the War Dawn, the drum magazine were replaced with stick magazine, or box magazines, because, well, the box magazines were easy to produce, also easy to carry around, and had some other advantages. But one of the primary reasons is they were also less difficult, or, you know, much harder to mess up in terms of production, because one of the issues with the box magazines was the Surge couldn't mass produce them in good enough quality, and they ended up with a lot of magazines that just couldn't fit into the submachine guns. So, yeah, that was a bit awkward for them. Anyways, one submachine up ready here. Will it go for more? Will he just stick to one? That's hard to say here. No tech yet. Oh, we do have tech yet for Killing Spree, but of course we will need pioneers here to actually build something. Got the sandbags that are done almost by the northern fuel point so far. The F3rig continues to enjoy strong map control here as the German player. Though, of course, Killing Spree and the 3rd Panzer Division is slow turning around here with the 2 machine gun teams here. Makes it harder for F3rig to flex his infantry on him. You can see they're using them pretty boldly and confidently now here versus F3rig and the Red Army. Up north, their conscript they got suppressed by the machine gun S-45. Each torrent of lead, they're going in the general direction. And since they can't get close for that, the submachine gun team will have to retreat. Grenadier being attacked by the conscripts. Panzer Grenadier here for Killing Spree. Thumbs up. A nice addition here. North, we got the conscripts routed. Now, the fun fact about the certain submachine guns was the War Dawn, Soviet infantry would increasingly heavily equipped with submachine guns, to the point by 1944-45, roughly half of all the infantry in a Soviet, you know, division and mechanized corps and whatnot would have been equipped with submachine guns. So, Panzer squad out here for Killing Spree, and the German army equipped with the Sturmgewehr 44. We got the T-70 there for F3rig, which of course will force Killing Spree to have to get out some anti-tank assets to deal with that. We'll have to see what it does. Try and go for mobile defense here picked. Again, getting a bit more popular as of late. Not that it's become, like, shall say, a top meta pick, but there's definitely sort of more of an agreement actually about some of the more unconventional players at the higher ranks that, you know, this is actually quite good. So it sort of appears more over there. But there are command tanks, counter-attack tactics, Panzer Tactician, mobile observation posts, and of course the 234-2 Puma heavy armored car. Constantly pushing back the Grenadier C up north, comes caught with the machine gun there. T7 on this out here, and Killing Spree will absolutely need a light mechanized company pack 40 unless he somehow got an idea as to how to survive long enough for a Puma, which would obviously put down the jackboot on the T70 light tank. But that said, that's going to be a pretty ambitious attempt here by Killing Spree. Who's going to go for that, but and again, he's already gone for mobile defense, so who knows? He may just try and make it work. But I wouldn't recommend it to most players. And the escort fact almost getting wiped out here. Probably the only thing saving here was the fact they Panzerfire, so the T7 could keep up with them. South side here, Panzer pushing forwards. Pioneer as the conscripts here. Pretty intense fighting up north here as F3rig's assault here with the 171st Motorized Rifle Brigade. Just doesn't quite work out here versus Killing Spree. Mortars for F3rig and the Red Army. Nice addition here, in particular as an opponent with a lot of machine guns. A mortar is always a very handy addition. So thumbs up to F3rig there. Good tool there. Panzers in the cup one there, ready to rip apart any communists with their Sturmgewehr. Reinforcing healing here. But so far, it would appear he's only going for one submachine gun upgrade, and you don't, of course, have to go for a lot of them. And one in the right place can be quite good. But apart from at least hope to see one more. But that's that. Constant rushing away from the Panzer Gunnery in the south, and the SMG Gunnery the advancing conscripts. North, the engineers grab northern point, machine gun there by the northern fuel point. Like to make another company almost done. So yeah, he's not going to go for the Puma. Or he could, I suppose, still end up being tempted to go for the Puma, but may just be holding his options open in case somehow he has to go for the Pak 40, because he can't do that thanks to that bulletin there for 50% fast production here. Panzerfaust here. Damaging the enemy T-7 light tank once more. Punch moving up here. North here, machining gun there keeps the northern fuel point safe. We got smoke around the big 2-point carve point there. Smoke being deployed against the machine gun up north as well. Making use of the fact that smoke barrages have a very short cooldown there. Thumbs up to F3rig. Punch releases the conscripts. Gonna deal with pioneer support here against the conscripts. The other squads of the building, though, is rapidly dying out. Here we got the machine gun center there keeping another conscript occupied while observing the dirt. You know, Yuri, I never realized that was this fascinating until I came under fire from German machine guns. Oh, shut up, Yuri. And shoot back. There we go, we do get the Puma, so like to make a nice company. It feels at least like in part like just, you know, A, to get some experience going for the 5th command point, but also as an option in case, you know, the situation got so dire he did have to go for the Pak 40, but it certainly felt like he really wanted to go for the Puma rather than the Pak 40 here. North there, machine gun, the conscript squad hit Puma almost down there for killing spree and the 3rd Panzer Division. T-7 fixed up again, though, of course. Well running some issues here with the 234-2 heavy armoured car. Schwerer Panzerspielwagen. Just lots of smoke up north here. Lots of smoke. Looking to reconnect the southern fuel point here. F3rig launches another assault here for the glory of the Red Army. Submachine gun conscripts are... Where are they? Oh, they're there. Heading up from the base now. And again, thanks to the use of prolific amounts of smoke here, he has been able to get the northern fuel point away from the Germans. Thumbs up there to F3rig. Good use of the mortar here so far against killing spree. And certainly showing you don't necessarily need to blow people up to still, you know, make progress. Boom, there was the T-70. Pioneer moving forward, controlling northwards here. Reinforcing healing there. Boomer shoots, whiffs. Conscripts rushing northwards here. Machine gun, though, should be able to at least deal with part of the assault here, but the submachine conscripts have a definitely good chance of being the Gunners with light machine gun up close here with their PPS 841. See, there they are, absolutely about the Gunners, an incredibly rapid pace here. Which is partly why I'm surprised they didn't at least go for one more submachine gun squad, since again, that could also, for example, here perhaps threaten to wipe the machine gun out. Still, lots of aggressive back and forth here in the south. The Panzer Gunners continue to fight here against F3rig's southern flank just to fill against some engineers. The T-78, I think, is being perhaps a bit more cautious now that the Puma has been revealed here to him. Unsurprisingly, he's being more cautious with it. Because the T-70 definitely doesn't have a great matchup as the Puma. So, what will Killing Spree go for next is a good question. Pioneers being bombarded has to lay down barbed wire on the center victory point. Thumbs up there. This, of course, is where F3rig knows smoke won't do him any good. He just needs to kill stuff. But good work here by Killing Spree in the south. They're constantly cutting off F3rig's fuel point. Here we got the Panzer Gunnery pursuing the engineers here with a Sturmgewehr 44. T-70 rushing in here. F3rig knows he needs to put a stop to these Panzer Gunners, or they could make a mockery of the entire southern front. And he doesn't want that. North, though, after much brutal hand-to-hand fighting here, Killing Spree and the 3rd Panzer Division, 7th Panzer Gunnery Company, has managed to get the northern fuel point out of the hands of the Soviets. Pak 40 there almost done for Killing Spree. Guess he did want the Pak 40 after all. Probably the field gun here making him realise he can't fully rely on the Puma here to put an end to the T-70, and so wants a Pak 40. It may also be a consideration that he's also starting to worry about, you know, being hit by tanks that are bigger than the T-70, in which case the Puma arguably has a tendency of falling short. Mortar firing down. Here we got machine gun there as the constant in the center. Gunners joining in there. Ace level of a ZMG-42. So mortar team keeps lasting with the PM-41 battalion level mortar. South here, Punch can push them out in the knees, prevent them from laying down the mine. Good work. No tech yet for Killing Spree. I mean, at this point, there's certainly also an argument that Killing Spree could benefit from a mortar himself. I would say Ploesti Outskirts in general is a map where a mortar is really handy to have. And by really handy, I mean really, really handy. As F3rig's mortar there, I think, is doing a fairly decent work displaying. So we'll have to see what Killing Spree goes for. But he's still getting back control here versus F3rig, and at least he's crucially denying F3rig a fair amount of fuel there by constantly hitting those carve points there. Puma rolling in, he's going to assist the Panther. There you go, they get a bit of boost here. Bit of combined arms bonus. Puma lands going to C70, and there you go. F3rig tactically left his C7 exposed here. Good chance taking out the field gun. Is also not quite able to react to this in time, so there you go. He's swinging around there. We get a bit of a Benny Hill moment here as he's trying to go around in circles. But sadly here, didn't quite work out. He forgot to hum the Benny Hill tune while doing this. Either way though, Puma knocks out the T-70, scoring a glorious kill there for Deutschland. In the centre there, continuing forwards here. Submachine continuing out there near the ace level already. They also certainly have the highest kill rate so far. Again, if you can get them close, submachine gun conscripts really are a mean bunch of customers in my experience. Enforcing healing here. North here, we've got the machine gun at ready. Nothing yet here for Killing Spree. No tech. No additional Puma either, for example, or maybe some more Panther or mortar. We'll have to see what he's planning here, though. More smoke here from F3rig again to assist his troops, in particular his submachine gun troops would definitely benefit from synergies there with smoke to lines get closer. Machine gun, Grenadiers in a really bad place, tossing in the Malta as well here. It's complete chaos here for Killing Spree, and the 3rd Panzer is shown here as the Grenadiers are being met with absolute violence here from F3rig and the Red Army. The southern map there is just swiftly seized in one fell swoop here with an excellently coordinated attack here. Thumbs up to F3rig. Machine up north here, a bit on its own. Could get flanked. Could also get his attacked head on with some smoke. That said, though, while F3rig is getting most of the map, he's crucially not getting the carve points. So, for all intents and purposes, he only really has 2 points connected, though. But there goes something going to get close, and again doing a lot of damage. Though, of course, low on health, the conscripts are ultimately forced to retreat. The spirit may be strong, but the body is, well, riddled with bullets. Tech on the way there for Killing Spree and the German army. Huns are going to be there, closing in at T2. Comes in the centre of is the Grenadiers, and there you go. We get counterattack tactics finally enacted by Killing Spree. In a single move, he can rapidly threaten to seize most of the map there and turn it German. Machine gun there, though. Should be retreated for reinforcements, or he needs to get a half-tech to reinforce it. There you go, he retreats it. Panzer going for the carve point. Again, we got some Indonesian nearby. We do also have a mine here, so there's some potential here for potential wipe in the Panzer Grenadier here. Maybe. But again, he's just rapidly getting the map here, and once more F3rig is back to having 2 points here. Killing Spree could actually push for a Panther Force soon, or a command tank first if he really wanted to. I'd say there's arguments for both, though. If he's got a reasonable deal what's up against, though, he probably wants to go for like Panther 4s, because he's likely going to hit by T-35s here by F3rig and the Red Army soon. In fact, he might see a wipe here on the Panther Grenadiers here with a bit of luck here for F3rig. Flare mine going off here. Yes, wipe the Panther Grenadiers, get these submachine conscripts. It's just absolutely potent customers there with their 4 PPS 841s. Of course, against the might of the MG42, they fall a bit short. Graham Southern Point here. Smoke deployed here. Field gun number 2 for F3rig. Obviously concerned about German armour. And to add another fun fact to the PPS 841, because it has a lot of them, it was also fairly popular with German troops. They captured millions of them. And as it turns out, it can actually use the same ammunition as the C96 Mauser pistol, which the German army had a lot apparently. But they'd also convert a few millions towards using German 9mm Parabellum. And then of course German magazines, so... Fun fact there as well. Fun fact. Graham Thump on the Pioneers. No idea how it would have performed though with 9mm Parabellum though. Oh, where the troops reinforcing healing in the south, you've got the field gun units moving forward. It's got more might in the carve point. Obviously, F3rig is at this point quite aware that this carve point represents a bit of weak spot there in his control of the map there, and he's definitely looking to, like, further make it difficult for the Germans to get their, greasy fingers on it. But there you go, F3rig with the T-35 there on the way. Killing spree. No Supremo call. Is he planning Tier 4 then? I guess so. Let's see what he goes for then. I'd assume a Panther then? Because he's going to need some tanks to, like, take on those T-35s, unless he's very confident he can take those T-35s out there with just a Puma and a pack. Which isn't impossible, but it's definitely what I call a tall order. There you go, we got an aim shot there, blowing apart some engineers as well there. Going to use the comps in the center here. We got the first T-35 there running for F3rig and the Red Army. Armored car there suffers damage engineer from the conscripts. Right through the engine block, leaving the Puma heavily damaged. There's a good chance here that F3rig could finish off here, Killing Spree's Puma. And there we go, pop goes the Weasel, leaving Killing Spree with just a single pack 40 here to stop the T-35 there. I do believe Killing Spree is taking up now. Still fairly risky strategy up by Killing Spree, trying to go straight for T4. Certainly, generally not something I recommend, particularly not under these circumstances. But Killing Spree is a hardened veteran Wehrmacht player, so it probably does a bit better than me. There's the news up north here. Contra there falling back. Again, 17 kills. East level. But yeah, I'm guessing, the rest of the Contra base is going to be upgraded here with the mobilized reserves. And again, not hard to fault them. It is just a very good upgrade. Even though I think, again, the submachine upgrade is also quite powerful, but you do have to get close with it. And the other upgrade, you don't, and you also get cheaper reinforcements. In fact, you also get bonuses in cover. So, again, there's, some pretty solid arguments for that one, too. Looking at north here. South here, we got the grenades with the engineers. And there go Rough Grenade. Wipes them, a small one there for Killing Spree and the German army. No heavy panzer corps of yet. Definitely should prioritize that, in part because the faster he gets it up, he also gets a tiny discount on his grenadiers being reinforced. And which, again, nothing massive, and you do have to, like, reinforce a lot of grenadiers to, like, really get it back. But, it's better than nothing, and particularly do intend to go for the heavy panzer in the first place. There you go, Killing Spree finally with a mortar. But I have to say, he could easily have this up much sooner. Much sooner. So not really the best time mortar, and he's also feeling so much manpower, like, even he wanted to go for a Panther, he could easily, I think, also gone for a Panther on his squad earlier to replace the one he lost. Oh, pack shooting with the sandbags. Going to need to retreat here. Grenade method ready there for Killing Spree. No heavy panzer corps yet for Kim either. And the third Panzer II shotgun is about to get murdered out here. Smoke on the machine gun out. North here, Grenadiers holding up here. More smoke here against Killing Spree's position. Again, negating the machine gun. Obviously doesn't kill or directly harm the machine gun, but if it can't shoot, you can also get quickly close to it with infantry and push it off there. So, again, tactically, very sound play by F3rig. Thumbs up, though, because now Killing Spree has his own Granatenwerfer on the field. Heavy Panzer Corps also going out for Killing Spree. We shall see what he goes for. As a F3rig, could be a Katyusha here, but he could also go for another T-35. It's typical sort of metagame at this point, assuming, of course, they didn't go for advanced warfare anyways, would be to go for Katyusha after the T-35. That's like what most players at this point, what I noticed, do, but F3rig, of course, could also go for another T-35. I mean, these in most respect, otherwise, fairly off the typical sort of metagame here with a more conscriptory build. No gut motor. Actually using a mortar for deploy smoke screens, and even having submachine guns, so he's definitely not your average player, which is always quite interesting to watch. Also, they're going to do there in the centre. Good toss there. Up north, T-35, they're pulling ahead here for F3rig and the Red Army. 2 kills. 1 pack 40 here, but with limited support here, it could be a bit of trouble against the T-35. Oh, he actually has gone for a second one there. It's close to a Panther. Does then intend to go for something else, like a Storm Panzer? I mean, I suppose that is an option, but I do think he needs a proper tank first. Even if, admittedly, in the game, the Panther does stretch the definition of proper tank, and by most definitions, really isn't a proper tank, actually. But that's another story. Back here, troop reinforcing setting out there. Got 20 kills on the submachine gun conscripts, 9, 10, and 10 on the others. Definitely been doing most of the killing. Unsurprisingly. Smoke then the machine gun. Sturmpanzer 4 killing spree. Using the wreckage of the Puma there for cover. And he's caught by the machine gun vehicle and he's closing in there. More to their half-8 of veterans who want smoke being pulled up north here against the Grenadiers. Again, F3rig just very conscious about knowing when and where to smoke. This is absolutely top-notch. Just 2 thumbs up to F3rig. I think very good class, just, you know, how to make good use of smoke against a Wehrmacht opponent, how absolutely disruptive can be under the right circumstances. There goes submachine guns flanking in. It's just a beautiful push as well here by F3rig. Submachine gun conscripts. In this case, the killing spree is fast enough to get out of there, avoiding any casualties or wipes, but certainly at the same time he had to get out of there fast, or the submachine guns would have done some very nasty things to him. We got the Sturmpanzer 4 out here for killing a spree, and the 3rd Panzer Division. Here and here they're going for the southern victory point. Up north here, attempt to grab northern one back from F3rig is being met with, unsurprisingly, a lot of resistance and Soviet insults. Sturmpioneer in the center there. Oh, going for a submachine gun cons, they're being met with the Sturmpanzer 4 here. And we do get another T-35 here for F3rig. Definitely making the whole, you know, 2 packs on the Sturmpanzer strategy face some potential headaches here from F3rig's soon-to-be large socialist armoured fist. And he goes for Panzerwerfer, obviously help deal with the field guns and whatnot, and I don't blame him, but against the T-34-85s, I can't help but feel that does beg a lot of questions. Here they reinforce. They also, of course, get slightly cheaper reinforcements out of this. Awesome. In fact, the only units that don't get it, I believe, are Panzer Grenadiers and Stormtroopers for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Assault Grenadiers, I believe, also benefit from it, even doesn't directly say, since in-game wise they're basically considered Grenadiers, which also means they actually benefit from Grenadier bulletins, at least some of them. Fun fact. Anyways, Panzerwerfer there almost done for killing spree. Pack for them in the T-35 there. And again, smoke and machine gun. Just very much on point with that smoke. Panzerwerfer there being called forward here by killing spree and the German army. The 3rd Panzer Division here. Question is, of course, what will F3rig go for now? Katyusha? More T-34s? Ishi-5 perhaps? There you go, catching the multi and fair course, quick to retreat. That one, thumbs up in the south here. Conscript charging on the east here, catching right as the heel, disrupting the healing here, in fact, causing to waste munitions on it, and rapidly killing off. So the Grenadiers, in fact, we could almost see a wipe here on killing spree from F3rig's Grenadier. Conscript's there, and does he get it? Does he? No, the machine gun looks like it may just narrowly save the day here. Close call, though, there for killing spree. Very close call. Packs versus sandbags. Killing spree is definitely stuck in a bit of an awkward position, and he's going to have to, tactically switch things up. There, he needs to, put F3rig on the defensive, whereas right now he's sort of just attacking across a very small terrain piece here, where it makes it easier for F3rig to bottle him in, which is definitely not what killing spree wants to be. He doesn't want to be bottled up. There you go, Sturmpanzer on the move again here. Katyusha is the one for F3rig, deciding he too wants rocket artillery. Firing off here. Cons being absolutely mauled. Almost wiped by the Panzerwerfer. And then 3 men survived, though with significant trauma. North they got the northern victory point back here for Deutschland. More random explosions from the terrain. Sturmpanzer almost fixed up again. 3 kills. Hasn't really done too much for killing spree so far. Hasn't done too much. Mortify landing danger close there. Back here reinforcing healing. Grenadier moving up. 32 kills. Sturmpanzer moving in. Great hit from the field gun. Could of course smoke them if he wanted to. But compared to F3rig, the killing spree really doesn't seem to be using the smoke barrage ability a lot there, if any of the smoke abilities. He's even used the Panther Condition, I'm not sure. There you go. The T-40 getting Panther Force. There you go. Nice pentattacular effect. Bypassing the Pack 40s pretty easily. Distance 1 was pretty far extended there into the battlefield, allowing the T-35s to quickly move past them, and then using the train here to an extent almost ignore them. But there you go. Does appear effect. May have miscalculated a bit here, which is great for killing spree, though. It's going to be a close one. There we go. T-35 down there, but still one T-35 there for the Sturmpanzer. It's still a pretty good trade up there for F3rig. Pack wiped out as well there, certainly doesn't make it worse. Sturmpanzer there, 5 kills. Veterans in 1. T-35 there, finally pushed back here. Pantherfaust off as well here. If Killing Spree could destroy it, that could maybe an opening here that he needs. In which case, Killing Spree may, of course, then obviously then committed here. But if he gets away with it, I don't know. Still could have done with some more info support, some smoke, but still overall, I kind of appreciate the balls of it. And had RNG been slightly more in his favor there, Killing Spree would have been a really bad spot. He almost had it there, actually. But there you go. Counter-attack tactics again here. Killing Spree needs to go ahead and grab territory. That said, tactically, he also risks extending too quickly, in which case he's going to be hit by a follow-up infantry assault here from F3rig, which obviously would leave Killing Spree really badly off. In fact, he's already forced to pull back the packs, almost losing 1 here. And Killing Spree's machine guns are like either basically up north or, back at base. We got another Panzer barrage off here. Could here put an end here to F3rig's counter-attack here. There we go. Right into the midst of the infantry. Heavy casualties piling up here. Engineer squad wiped out. 2 conscripts there. Absolutely paralyzed and petrified. Pinned down. Only 1 squad retreats. Reinforcing Ilya, Sturmpanzer and Dandy repairs. He does have more pioneers now. But in the end, though, the counter-attack tactics amounted to nothing except a waste of munitions here for Killing Spree. And there we go. We got the Lloyds unleashed by F3rig against Killing Spree. The Red Army aviation here, crashing in there from above there, slamming away there at Killing Spree's infantry and mortars, suppressing troops and slowing down any potential advance here from the Germans. Brutally timed call in there by F3rig. Only making things tougher here for the German army, which is obviously what he intends to do, sensibly enough. God's almost wiped out. Feelgood about to get destroyed here by Killing Spree. Obviously under an illusion you could grab it and turn against F3rig. Pretty heavy bleeding there on Killing Spree. He does have the fuel now for, say, a Panther, but manpower-wise, he's in a tougher spot. And there go Katyusha Barrage in the machine gun and the Pack 40. Almost got the Ace machine crew here as well. Outstanding, yeah, be quite a loss there for Killing Spree. Even if he does recruit, the loss of the Ace machine crew does still mean he's got a, lost a valuable asset just murdering F3rig's infantry. More strafing runs here. Grenadiers close being wiped out here by it. Panzer for their 9 kills. Yeah, Killing Spree is really on the receiving end here of the beatdown stick for now. Sturmpanzer setting out again here. Mortar lining up here for F3rig and the Red Army. We got another T-35 farm away for him. Just blowing up the terrain, I guess. I guess he's just looking to clear out line to find maneuver there. Which is fair enough. That or he's starting to crack under the stress, I don't know. But there you go. Good shot from the Sturmpanzer. Leaves the conscript there in a pretty bad state there. Look, force back with the field gun. Up north here, T-35 moving forwards. Lots of monsters will hit from F3rig. Thumbs up. So we've got conscript report again. The submachine conscripts once more making an absolute mess there of Killing Spree's infantry. But there you go. Sturmpanzer to the rescue. And quickly pulps several of the conscripts there. Back forward to the rescue bit as well. In the south, you got Grenadiers with this conscript on the solid field, a victory point here, but already there, F3rig is in heavy cover, and Killing Spree's Grenadiers are not. Just getting some support there. We got the Panther flying away. He looks like he's going to support the Grenadiers here with another rocket barrage. If they can hit. Just had to check they actually didn't kill the Grenadiers because they didn't do a lot there to the conscripts either. Like, just too far away that's really have an impact. Field gun wiped out. If you could destroy that, that would be helpful for Killing Spree, though, of course, it'd still be the fact he's up against 2 T-35s. There you go, field gun wrecked. What will he go for now? Looking a bit rougher for F3rig. Killing Spree sort of managed to squeeze his way back into the match bit, but there you go. Packs it too close to each other. Quickly hammered it with Katyusha fire there. Sturmpanzer all taking a few hits. Conscripts advancing here. No smoke left from Ferric to assist this advance. Nothing to help make it a bit harder here for Killing Spree to get a clear shot on Ferric's advancing infantry and tanks, but the Conscript is pushed back here. 15 kills, 32 shots, and they added to the Sturmpanzer 4. Pack 4's lining up there with target weak point, except he might have gone a bit too quickly there. Conscript 13 hit from the Sturmpanzer. Again, another series of blows here to Ferric's infantry. Ferric, though, does not slow down. He does not stop. Sturmpanzer there, bouncing shots from the T-45s there. Pack gaining 52 there. Mortar there, close to veteran, or closing on veteran very slowly. We got 7 kills on the third mortar. Engineer squad with that. Ferric is down just conscripts and the T-45. Of course, thanks to infantry repair kits, the conscripts could just fix the tanks for him. If he wants to. There we go. That's a lot of conscripts and quickly repair it through. If it doesn't have to spend manpower more engineers, he can just use the conscripts if he wants to. Sturmpanzer moving up here. Mortar there in a bit of trouble here. There we go. Another shot quite over the hedges. Kills several mortar gunners. North, the conscript northern fuel point away there from the German army once more. Quite an intense match though. Submachine conscripts sitting out again, backed up with the other conscripts. Once they got the 7 upgrade there, they do sort of catch up with the submachine conscripts, but even there, the submachine conscripts are still fairly far ahead there. Onto that north with the Grenadiers. T-45 going forward into the Pack 40s here. Massive mob infantry on the Ferric's command here. Machine guns there, sword ready to halt them down. There goes smoke again here from Ferric. But this time perhaps not deployed as well as it could be, perhaps, I don't know. Or perhaps it's going to support a northern armor push here. We'll have to see. Air support again here, launched right into Killing Spree center here. Going to make it hard for him to form a defensive there. And we got a T-Fed force from 60 for Ferric. And the Red Army constantly up the push across the center. And Killing Spree's lines here are buckling there as he lacks any anti-aircraft counters here. Katyusha moving up here for what appears to be a close quarters barrage into the base here. Oh goodness! He's combining incense here with the... Oh, perhaps not with the, I would say, mass retreat here. Instead, he still gets the packs to wiped out, which is a humongous blow to Killing Spree. There's basically his only way of dealing with the tanks without the packs. He is defenseless against the T-35s. Utterly defenseless. This is terrible. In a single blow here, Killing Spree has effectively seen his hands cut off and thrown at his face here. As Ferric is now basically just saying, stop hitting yourself, while hitting him with his decapitated hands. Really good push here by Ferric, and an absolute just knockout punch, I think, here to Killing Spree. Like, he's just spinning out too fast. He can't really go for anything at this point. The T-35s, even the damaged engines, are pretty much just behemoths unleashed in his back garden. They're tearing apart everything. And of course we have the T-34 from 6 rounds as well here, so this is pretty much GG here for Killing Spree. I guess at this stage he may be hoping to turn this around, but I also think we're just waiting for the game to realise he's left. And got Infantry Company down, or maybe he's still in it somehow for some reason. And Infantry Company down, more Grenadiers dying out. It's done just 2 squads now, a mortar, Panzer Pioneers, and well, the Panzerwerfer. There you go, Grenadiers about to get murdered. Leaving Killing Spree with even less versus Ferric. Crushing a bit of infantry and support weapons. Yeah, at this point, I think we're just waiting for Killing Spree to call it quits, for him to have called it quits and the game to realise he's just dropped out. I mean, he's got just the Pioneers and the Panzerwerfer left now, and he's clearly not doing anything. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the game to realise he's just, you know, on toodles. There we go, GG, game over. A bloody win here for Ferric, a brutal loss there for Killing Spree. Certainly highlighting a bit the danger of relying too much on Pack 40's to tank support against a serve player. But really, also just really well played by Ferric. Good use of the console with the submachine guns. Great use of the mortar. Good use of the armor. Overall, just good attacks here. Killing Spree, I felt like at times really had it, but just failed to bring in the mortar sooner. They should have replaced those Panzer Grenadiers, I feel like. but also probably shouldn't commit to a Sturmpanzer build there with only relying on a Pack 47 tank guns. That obviously left him way too vulnerable to like a good rocket strike, which I saw there from F3rig, at which point the entire thing collapsed like a house of cards on, washing machine. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Cheers. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.